Welcome back to Connor Orchards. Today we're harvesting carrots.
Yes, we are. So a couple years ago, when Ed had this wall built, because there's a difference between the road height and the ground height here, he built this extra bed for me. This year I put carrots into it. We're actually almost done harvesting them all. We've got a big frost coming tonight. I also had one of my garden bins out there full of carrots. We harvested those on Friday. So right now, this is our last little stash in this corner. So I've been doing the digging, and Wyatt's been topping them for me. Some really nice carrots this year. This is probably the best batch of carrots we've had. There's some smaller ones. The smaller ones usually happen because I hadn't thinned them quite enough. Once peaches hit, everything else goes by the wayside. So we have carrots.
I eat a lot of carrots.
He does eat a lot of carrots. There's a few more we'll have to pick up there. We don't quite cut all the way down when you're trimming them off. We're actually going to store a bunch of these. So that will be next. My friend Jamie at We Got a Farm showed me today how to do that. The last attempt I didn't have them quite wet enough.
Look at that small carrot.
That's really tiny. Let me get your hand. There you go. That's real tiny, huh?
Now he goes in there.
Yep, he goes in there. All right. So we'll take you to the root cellar next and show you how we put up the carrots.
Okay, bye.
All right, we got all those carrots harvested. Here's one tote. I have another tote from the other bin. So now we're going to put them in. I use Place In, the 50-pound bags. You can get those from your local hardware store or any place like that. I just ran into town to get these right before they closed. We're just going to put a layer on the bottom. And I use these totes. I didn't do that the first time. I used a really kind of a narrower, a shallower pan. And I think that was one of my problems as well. I didn't have enough sand. I didn't have enough water. We're very dry here, so everything needs water. All right, and then, this is beautiful carrots this year. We're gonna take them in, we're gonna put them in. You don't want them touching, or very, very little. If you do, we're just going to set them in kind of around, and I'll bring you over here in a second to see. So it takes a few minutes to get them all in. There's some smaller ones in here as well. The really small ones, I'll probably just take into the house and wash them up for the kiddo to eat. I cannot keep that hidden, carrots. We don't wash them before we put them in. Scrubbing them can dent the skin. So we just kind of wipe the dirt off a little bit and then just get them in here. So we'll put them around. Get them as close as we can without touching. Or very little if it does happen. Once we get them pushed in there. And then once all of this is done, we'll put a layer of dirt on and then we'll add water. There's some really nice carrots this year. I'm really happy with the way the carrots came out. Some of the smaller ones, I'll just put those aside and take them in. And how they look in the box doesn't matter as much as just kind of getting them in there. Making sure the more you get in, the easier it is for per layer. All right, so I will bring you over here to see this. Those are tiny, tiny ones. So you can see how I did it. All right, so there is the tote with the carrots laid in. Some of those I could probably get a little bit closer, but that's all right. Really prefer them not to be touching. bit dusty with the sand. Spread this around a little bit. All right. And then we're just gonna brought down some water, a cup of water. It seems like a lot of water, but it's all sand, so it's really, really dry. I'll probably do a cup and a half, just because. Like I said, it's pretty dry here. And when you add the water, sometimes it will uncover carrots. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna add a little bit more over the top of the ones that are really sticking out. That way the next layer will not be touching those carrots. All right, and then you just put in your next layer and you keep doing that all the way to the top. I will put the lids on these. I probably won't tighten them down, but I want to keep, if any mice manage to get down here, I want to keep them out. So that will be the goal. So we have carrots for stews, carrots for eating, carrot cake. What do you like to do with your carrots? Leave a comment below. Give me some good recipes. Any recipe is helpful. I love sharing recipes. So yeah, the really small ones we'll leave. All right. Oh, and this one's got a crack. Oh, so I hit this one with the shovel. That will go upstairs. We don't want to put anything that's damaged down here because those ones will rot faster. So the trick is to have enough water that they don't shrivel, but not so much water that they start growing. All right. Then you get the funny looking ones. I'll take that one upstairs for the kid. Fit in that corner. All right. Nope, that one's too big for that corner over there. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You gotta get them in just right. All right, okay. So there's the second layer. I will keep going all the way up and I'll show you when we're done. All right, 2 buckets completed of carrots. The second one's only about half full, but that'll be nice. It'll be a nice experiment to see how these work through the winter.